Hello everyone, John Anderson Pierre of the Beer and TV Ramble, looking at Harpoon IPA. This is my first time having this legendary beer, which made its debut in 1993. Harpoon Brewery, of course, is based in Massachusetts and Boston and Windsor, Vermont. They have another brewery out there. Uh, Many consider them the one of the founding of the microbrew movement. Um, that really exploded in the late 80s, middle 80s, and then expanded into the early 90s, left and came back again. Of course, the IPA style is an English India Pale Ale. As I mentioned, the brewery, I would say them. Well, I'll get to that in a little bit. English IPA style, 5.9%, 42 IBUs. Um, Floral citrus notes combined with a unique malt profile to impart a clean, fresh finish. IPA is crisp, balanced interpretation of this classic style, best enjoyed with friends and listening to bread, smoking pot. Not like I condone that stuff. So, anywho, 82 score, good with Beer Advocate. The Bros give it a 92 score, meaning outstanding or really very good, I guess. Um, and of course, I've had a lot of IPAs recently, so let's take a look. As you can see, the color of this beer right here. Has a little citrus look, a little some orange and grapefruit to it. So, on to the taste. Definitely the citrus notes. You feel it, scent it immediately. Hmm, not bad. A sample. Citrus not really overpowering compared to some of the other IPAs I've had. Not at all. They could work. Hmm, really so. Very pleasant. Very pleasant indeed. So, um, we know IPAs have been around forever. The style. I mean, there's no going back. They've been going around back to the days of the 50s. They've had this style, Indian Pale Ales. They've been around for a long, long time. And as I said in my previous videos, I've done with IPAs, style beers, whether it was the Lazy Magnolia or the Ranger or the Goose or the Torpedo or Sierra Nevada. IPA style's been here forever. I really want to try that Ballantine IPA. That's what I've been trying to get my hands on. Looks like I have to make a trip home. But getting back to the IPAs, um, they've been around. I think within the last 20 or so years, 25 years, they've really made a significant push. In terms of you go to any grocery store or any liquor store, liquor barn or beer warehouse or liquor warehouse, liquor beer warehouse, whatever. You know, if you live, you know, up in the East Coast, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, that part, they don't sell liquor and beer at grocery stores like they do down here in the South. But um, um, been all the rage, and you pretty much dominate the shelves. And of course, a lot of the major beer companies have been trying to get on that market. They're successful. Some have been successful, others not so much, or some have even taken a sort of a middle finger towards the those folks who drink the IPAs or whatever. But in any event, the style's been around forever, and there've been some good ones, and there've been some not so good ones. But ones that are very bitter and tarty, extremely tart. Some been quite pleasant, you know. So um, this one here, I'm again, is not overbearing at all in terms of the citrus flavors, and it's not tart at all. Actually, it's quite good, folks. I mean, this is really excellent. And as I mentioned about the brewery, Harpoon, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, for those of you in Massachusetts and the New England area, excuse me for butchering the words, but Harpoon, or say, I guess I got it right. Um, yes, the brewery, of course, established in '86. Them, and I would say um, Boston Beer Company, if you want to throw in Sarah, Jim Cook and those guys. Um, Anchor for its Montauk, I should say, out in the Bay Area in California, Sierra Nevada, of course, in Chico, California. Yingling, I'm gonna throw them on that list. Really were kind of one of the Brooklyn Lager, of course, really been the pioneers of a lot of this the craft beer or sort of micro beer movement we've come to now, to the founding fathers that we've come to now see and now have taken a huge explosion throughout not only here in the States, but pretty much everywhere around the world too. So, um, um, but their beers, all of them put out good beers. This is my first time trying this. I've never had, I know the ales, their signature beer. I never had it, so this is my first time. I got this today at the grocery store. The Pick Six, this place downtown. They have a pretty good selection of craft beers I haven't tried. And I said, hey, I'll give it a shot. I'm like, hey, so um, and have exploded. And like I said, they have also made their reach to parts of the country. With the ones I mentioned in California, Sierra Nevada, and Anchor have made their way this part of the country, and same with Harpin and the Boston Beer Company, Sam Adams, Yingling have made their way towards further south and southeast, and maybe parts of the Midwest where they was only regulated to certain territories, mostly in the Northeast area, and of course parts of New England. But now, you know, they're making their way, trying to expand their reach, which is kind of good. I mean, when you go places, people want to hear about your beer. You want to say, hey, I heard this about your beer at this city. I really would love to try it. I really would love to get my hands on this beer and sample it, see for myself what it's all about. Um, that's just kind of how it works, and that's the way it should be. But I can see myself buying this again. I'm kind of biased towards you know IPAs. I think there are three have stood out. I really liked. I like the Stone. I thought it was really good. IPA. I like of course, I love Goose, of course, and Ranger, New Belgium. Are you looking for Ranger? Are you looking for beer? If you log onto YouTube and check that, type in New Belgium Ranger, you'll see the commercial, and you guys will know what I'm talking about. But in any event, I think those are the three of the IPAs that I'm really kind of kind of kind of like my babies. I like the sample from time to time, you know, on a given time. But I could see myself buying this again. So um, I think this is quite good, folks. I you know I'm gonna go with about a 9 on this beer. I think it's really good, folks. Really good. Um, I think it's perfect, not overpowering, very perfect for this time of year. As right now we're in between spring And summer right now, we're kind of getting to that time of year, that these styles are going to be quite popular to sample. Um, don't get me wrong, lagers are quite good to have to get in the heat, late in the evening, you know. But this is something that I could also enjoy on a spring evening, sitting outside on my front porch or back porch, either way. So anyhow, yeah, I'm giving this beer Harpin a 9. Bam. If you agree or disagree, leave your thoughts and comments on the bottom. I am John Henderson Pierre of the Beer and TV Ramble, telling you to keep on watching, and as always, cheers.